Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Nice to see you again.
Nice.
How are you today?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Nick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what did you do so far today? Can you please tell me? What did you do?
I just walking.
Walking. Okay. And
Morning. I bring my son to go to school.
oh, very
Uh,
nice.
Afternoon, I pick me up. Pick him up.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay. And tomorrow, do you have any plans for tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have interview for 2:30 p.m.
Okay, very nice. Okay, and what kind of interview? What do you like to do on the interview? What interview will you will have?
Interview about the job.
About your job. Okay,
Yes.
very nice. Okay, so we will start. Okay, it's just one moment. I will share my screen. Just one moment, please.
Yes.
Now, can you see my screen? Just one moment. Can you see it?
I think yes, I see.
Okay, so our lesson is about improve your memory. Okay, now can you please tell me, how about your memory? Can you please tell me, do you have a good memory? Can you please tell me, do you have a good memory?
Yeah, yes, I have a good memory, but now I think I cannot remember nowadays because I think I'm old.
Okay, and how can you, what is something that you can do to improve your memory? How can you improve your memory? Can you please tell me?
In my opinion, I we can improve. We can eat a good food and we can sleep well, and we can exercise every day. So
Exercise.
make our good memory.
Okay, so this is how you can improve your memory.
Yes.
Okay, now, and how about you? Do you have a good memory? What do you think? Do you have a good memory?
When I young, I have a good memory. I had good memory, but now I think I don't have a good memory.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so? Why?
Because I don't know what, but I think I have to thinking about everything. So sometimes I had so sometimes I don't remember. I don't have good memory. I cannot remember. Sometimes I forgot my wallet, forgot my glasses. So
Yes.
where I live it.
Okay, so this is something that happens. Okay, so not just you, I also sometimes I could remember a lot of things. Now I can't. Now I cannot remember all of these things that, for example, I want to remember. So I cannot remember all of these things. Okay, and and what we can do to improve our memory? What do you think? What we can do to improve our memory? What do you think?
I think we can do improve our memory, so we can we we can relax when we are tired, and we can sleep as well. So
Okay, so we can sleep well. We can sleep well
Yes, yes.
if we want.
Sleep
If we want,
well.
so if we want to improve our memory,
Yeah,
we
yes.
so we can sleep well. Okay, and what do you think? How many hours a day is enough to sleep? Can you please tell me? So how many hours do we need to sleep?
I think we have to sleep 8 hours for a day.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so? Can you please tell me why?
Because if we sleep enough the hour, so after that we wake up very strong and very good health for our.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so this is something that we can do. Okay, now let's have a look. Now we have here this. Are you ready? Now let's see. We have here this word. Okay, can you please read this word for us?
Memory.
Memory. Okay, so do you understand the meaning of the word memory? Do you understand
Yes,
this word?
yes, I understand.
Okay, and can you please tell me, can you try to make a sentence with word memory? Use word memory and make a sentence.
Yes, I can try. Let me think. So when I was young, I have a good memory.
When I was young, like this. When I was young, I used to have.
I used to have memory.
A good memory. Okay,
A good memory.
good memory. Okay, very nice. Okay, now let's see. Okay, highlight.
Highlight.
So like this, as you can see here, we highlight important
Yes.
words, important things. We highlight. Okay.
Yes.
So,
When when I read the book, I used to highlight the good words of the book.
okay. Okay. Now, can you please? I want to ask you. Can you please tell me what is something that you need to highlight? What do you need to highlight? What is something that you need to highlight? Can you please tell me?
Highlight is an important thing. So let me see. You well I can highlight because the highlights I used to write down all of the important things.
Important things. Okay, important things. Okay, so this is something that you can highlight. Okay, now, can you make a sentence with word highlight? Use word highlight and make a sentence.
When I read the book, I used to highlight the important thing of the book.
I highlight. Okay.
Highlight
something that is important. Okay, I highlight something that is important. Okay, very nice. Now, let's have a look. Okay, so this is something that you can highlight. Now, let's have a look. Okay, we have here this word. Okay, now can you please read this word for us? Appointment.
Appointment.
Appointment. Okay,
Appointment. Appointment.
Okay, so we have here doctor's appointment. Doctor's
appointment.
Okay, so now how often do you go to visit a doctor? Can you please tell me how often do you go to visit a doctor?
When And sometime I go to visit a doctor.
Okay, when you visit a doctor. Okay, and when was the last time did you make an appointment? When was the last time did you make an appointment?
I don't remember exactly, but I think about
Mhm.
2 months ago.
Okay, 2 months ago. Okay, and can you please tell me? Yes. Okay. Now, and I want to ask you, can you try to make a sentence with word an appointment? Use word appointment and make a sentence.
I can try. Yes. I have appointment with my customer on Friday.
Mhm. I have an appointment. Okay.
I have appointment with my customer on Friday.
I have an appointment with my customers on Fridays. On
On
Friday.
Friday.
On
On
Friday.
Fridays.
Mhm. Okay, very nice. I have an appointment on Friday. Okay, very nice. Okay, and on Friday. Okay, very nice. Just one moment, sorry. Friday. Now, let's have a look. Okay, now, can you please tell me what can you see here in this picture? Can you describe this picture for me? What can you see it?
Forgetful.
Forgetful. Okay, now in this picture, can you please tell me who is forgetful? In this picture, can you please tell me who is
Uh,
forgetful?
the woman, she's I think she older. She she used to forgetful.
Mhm. She is forgetful. Okay, very nice. And are you forgetful? Can you please tell me? Are you forgetful?
Yes, of course.
Hmm. Okay, okay. And do you know someone else who is forgetful? Do you know someone else who is forgetful? Hmm?
My mom, my dad, they used to forgetful.
Hmm. They used to be. They used to
They
be
used to be forgetful.
forgetful. Forgetful. Okay, and
Forgetful.
and can you try to make a sentence with word forgetful?
Mm, yes.
Mhm.
Sometimes I forget to leave my glasses at home when I go out.
Mhm. Okay, okay. And what do you think? Why you forget your glasses? Why do you forget your glasses?
Because when I put my glasses on on the table, so after that I'm forgetful. After that I'm go I'm forgot. So
Mhm.
I don't know where I leave it.
Mhm. Okay. And how you can improve this? What is something that you can do to improve this? Not to be
So
forgetful.
if I want to improve, uh, just I put my glasses uh
Mhm.
uh
Mhm.
I just my glasses I don't know how to say it. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know how to say. I just I just put in my in my t-shirt, so maybe I don't forget.
Mhm. I cannot be forgetful. Okay, I cannot be forgetful.
I
Okay.
cannot be forgetful.
Okay, we already make sentences here. Now we have here, it's easy and difficult. Okay, now can you please read these two sentences for me?
It's easy, difficult to
Okay, so
It's easy to remember. It's easy to remember phone numbers after a few times reading out loud.
Okay, so this is something that is easy to remember. Okay, so what is something that is easy to remember for you? Can you please tell me what is easy to remember for you?
I I think I easy to remember my Y number phone
Okay, and why? Can you please tell me?
because uh because I used to call my wife every day, so I can remember. I it's easy for me.
It's easy for me. Okay, now
Yeah.
let's go with difficult. Can you read this about difficult?
Difficult. I think it's very difficult to remember uh, on the vocabulary. Yes, in one day, I think.
Okay, so this is something. Okay, this is something that can be difficult. Difficult. Okay.
Difficult.
Okay, this is something that is difficult. Okay, now can you please tell me? Okay, what is something that it's not so difficult for you? Can you please tell me what is something that is not so difficult for you?
It's not so difficult for me. Is mm, I think is
Mhm,
when I have appointment. So I I it's easy. I remember what time and what day. I remember exactly.
I will
So
remember.
it's not so difficult
Mhm.
for me.
It's not so difficult for me. Okay, for me. Okay,
Yes.
very nice. Okay, very nice. Now, some friends are talking about ways to remember things. Okay, now let's see. Okay, can you please read these 5 sentences for me?
Write down the name when you first meet.
Mhm,
Try to remember the first letter of the name. Try to think of someone with the same name. Think of the place where you first met.
Okay, so
Think of something special about the person.
mhm, think about these persons. Okay, so we need to think about these persons. Okay, so why do we need to think about these persons? Okay, what we can do to improve this? Can you please tell me? What is something that we can do to improve this? What do you think?
Mm,
What we can do to improve, for example, to improve all of these things? What is something that we can do?
so I think if I want to remember everything
Mhm,
about the letter about the person, so when I first meet the person, so the name of the person or the name of the letter, so I write down now here,
okay, and why do you
so I
want
can
to
remember.
why do we need to write down this? Why, in your opinion? Why
Because
do we?
because it's so I in the day I met a lot of person, but I think when I make the special about the person, so I ask him the name. I ask them the name so I can write down now, so I can remember in my memory
Okay,
because
so
it's the special about the person.
okay, this is something that is special in this. Okay, in this. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. We have here these 5 sentences. Can you please read these 5 sentences?
say new numbers aloud several times. Write down the number 1. Break
Okay.
the number down into smaller numbers. Think of the button on a phone and make a pattern.
Make it better. Okay, now make a pattern. Okay, so we need to make this
Pattern.
a pattern. A pattern. Okay, now can you please tell me what else? What else, for example, you can say about these numbers? Okay, so can you please tell me what what else can you do with this? For example, how you can remember all of numbers that we are, for example, that you need to remember. What is something that you can do to remember all of these numbers? Can you please tell me?
So when we nick on up the number, so we can write down on the phone the number.
Okay, and why do we need to do that? Why?
Because if I don't write down the number on the phone, so I don't remember who is the number and who's the name. So we need to write down now. So I easy to remember the name of the person and the name of the number.
Okay, the name of the person and the name of the number. Okay, very nice. This is something that we can remember. Okay, now we have here English vocabulary. Okay, so we have here say the new words aloud several times. Okay, so why do we need to say this word several times? What do you think? Why do we need to do that?
Because when we say the news aloud several times, so we can need remember now. So that understand what we say.
So what we are saying. Okay,
What we
now.
are saying.
Okay, and what do you think? Is this good? For example, when you need, for example, to remember all of these things, what do you think? Is this good way to remember all of these things? What do you think?
Mm, I think it's a good way to remember. So we I we can talk all of time. We can talk again. We can speak again. So we can write out everything
Okay,
of
so
the all of the important things right now.
okay, and what is, for example, what is something that is what is something that is important for you? For example, when you want to write, can you please tell me
Yes.
what?
Um, it's something is important for me. I used to write down the name of the customer, the name, the number of customer. So it's very important.
Okay, very nice. And why? Why is that so important for you? Okay, can you please tell
Because
me?
because it's the best customer. So maybe I contract with them again. So I have to write down. I have to remember exactly the name and the number. Maybe the next time I can they can contact me again. So I have to hold could contact me and host the number.
And
And and I have to write down the number of the customer.
okay, so you
So,
need to okay, I need to write down the number of the customer. Okay, very nice. Okay, that is really nice to hear. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, now can you please read this, okay, and give me your answer? Can you please read this and give me your answer?
What things are easy, difficult to remember?
So what is easy and what is difficult to remember? Can you please tell me what is something that is easy and what is something that it's difficult to remember? Can you please tell me?
It's easy to it's easy to remember. It's a number why no, no uh the phone number.
Okay. Now
And
here.
is the
Yeah.
it's difficult to remember is the vocabulary.
It
Yes.
is okay. Sometimes it can be difficult. Okay, now let's see. And I want to ask you, okay, what do you think about this when you are, for example, you need to remember a lot of things? So what do you usually do when you need to remember a lot of things? Can you please tell me what is something that you usually need to do? Can you please tell me?
Yes, when I need to remember a lot of things, so usually do I use I used to book, so I write down on the book everything.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so make me remember.
Okay. Make you remember. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, very nice. Now, let's see. Okay, and can you please tell me? Now, can you please read this question for me and give me your answer?
Have you ever tried these ways to remember things before? What was the result?
What was the result? Okay, so have you ever tried? And what was the result? Okay, when you
Yes,
tried.
I have ever tried these ways to remember things before. The result the result is a very good.
Okay, the result was really good. Okay, and now let's see. Okay, so we have people names, important numbers, and English vocabulary. Okay, of these things, what is something that is really easy to remember for you? Can you please tell me what can be really easy to remember for you? Can you please tell me what is something that is easy?
The people name is easy. It's easy to remember for me. Really easy to remember for me.
Okay, and why?
And because I because it's that when I met I went for, when I met them, so I asked them the name first, and I can remember right now.
Okay, so you cannot. Okay, you cannot remember right now. Okay, so this is something that you can. Very nice. Now let's have a look. Okay, now. Okay, can you please? Okay, how to remember these things? Okay, what is number one?
Number one,
So
apartment.
appointment.
Apartment.
So how you can remember appointment? Can you please tell me how? What is something that you can do to remember appointment?
Yeah, so we can write down on the calendar.
So you can write down on the calendar. On the
Yes,
calendar.
on this calendar.
Okay, very nice. On the calendar. Okay, so you can
On this
write.
calendar.
Okay, on the calendar. Okay, now let's see. Okay, birthdays. Okay, so how you can remember birthdays? Can you please tell me what is something that you can do to remember birthdays?
Um, so I can do remember my birthday because it's my birthday. My wife make a send a message to me, so I yeah, it's easy to remember.
It's easy to remember. Okay, very nice. Okay, now directions to get somewhere. How you can remember directions when you go somewhere? How can you remember directions to go somewhere where you want to go? So how you can remember directions?
So the first, if I go somewhere, so I don't remember. So after that, the second I go there, so I can remember. It's easy because so before I go there.
Okay, so this is something that you can remember very easily. Okay, so you're saying that
Easily.
easily. So this is something that is easy to remember for you. Okay, and what is something that can be really hard? For example, when you go, when we are speaking about directions. So what is something that is really hard to remember for you? What can be really hard for you to remember?
It's really hard to remember for me to remember. Is mm, yeah, it's I think it's email address
Okay, and why? Why
because
is
it's
that?
so many works. Sometimes the work, the number, everything. So I don't. It's
Okay,
really
so
hard to
this
remember.
okay, so this is something that can be really hard to remember for you. Now, okay, and we have email address. Okay, can you remember your, for example, email address? Is it easy for you to remember an email address? What do you think?
I think not easy for me to remember email address. I just remember my email address, so I don't remember another email address.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to remember
And why? Why do you think so? Why is it really hard to remember?
because it's so someone email address very long and so many words. So if I read the first, so I don't remember right
So
now.
okay, so you cannot remember
Yes, I
right
can.
now. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, now I want to ask you, when you were young, uh, could you for example, could you remember that you need to do the whole homework? Did you ever think that for example, you can do the whole homework without any problems? That you remember the whole homework? What do you think?
Yeah, the homework very hard to remember sometimes.
Sometimes,
Yes,
sometimes.
sometimes.
hmm
Sometimes I cannot remember
Okay, and what do you think? Why you couldn't remember all of these things? Why? What is the reason, for example, that you cannot remember all of these things?
because some homework is very hard.
Okay, okay. And this one, what is this? Your your keys.
Yeah, the key,
hmm So
my
do you?
keys.
mhm. So and do you forget your keys, for example? Okay, I all the time I need to remind myself to to
Yes,
bring with keys with me. How about you?
yes, me too. I on time. So after that, I hold the key on the wall. So in the door. So when I go out, I take the key on the wall. So
hmm
it's easy.
It's easy. Okay, so this is how, for example, what we can do to put the keys. Okay,
Yeah.
when we come back. Okay, and this is interesting.
Oh, my
Okay,
wallet. I often I'm usually for wallet.
Okay, I usually forget my wallet.
I
Okay,
usually forget my wallet.
and you? Okay, do you forget your wallet?
Yes.
Okay,
And
and what
and
do you?
password often. I'm often
Often forget wallet. Okay,
often
and why do you think so? Why people forget their wallets? Why? What do you think? Why do they forget their wallets?
because mm, I put on my wallet in somewhere, so I don't remember. So when I
Okay,
go out, I'm forget my wallet.
okay, I'm laughing because I have the same problem. Okay, I have the
So,
same
so
problem.
sometimes I'm go out and buy something. So I just remember, oh, I forgot my wallet in my home. So I cannot buy.
Okay, so this is something that happens. Okay, now, and how about your passwords? Did you ever forget your passwords?
Yes, I'm ever forget my password because I have a lot password, so I don't remember uh, my password about the bank about. I think I have a lot of password, so I don't remember exactly. Sometimes I mistake of this password. I miss that password.
So sometimes, okay, so this is sometimes that it can happen, that
Yes.
we yes, okay, so that we are, okay, we cannot remember our passwords. Okay, now let's try, okay, to read this text. Okay, now can you please, okay, you can read the whole text. Okay, can you please read the whole text for me?
Yes. I'm getting a bit forgetful recently. It's a bit difficult to remember where I put my keys on or my wallet. Don't worry much. I think the reason is because you are quite busy this week. I sometimes forget things too. I hope so, but yesterday I was 10 minutes late for a meeting with my customer. I almost forgot about it, and my boss was so mad at me. Really, that doesn't sound good, John. I think you should write down all of the important meetings or set the alarm so that you won't miss anything.
Hmm, okay, so we need to write everything down. Okay, so are you writing everything down? What do you think? Is this a good way, for example, when you are writing everything down? Is
Yes,
that
this is a good way. This is a good way writing everything down.
okay? And why is that a good way? What do you think? Why this is a good way?
Because if I'm writing everything down, so it make me remember exactly the time, the name, and everything on up the button and on up in bottom.
Okay, so we can remember everything here. Okay, very nice. Now let's have a look. Now, okay, can you continue with reading here?
I also think so. I don't want it to happen again. Sure, in my opinion, you also need to keep everything in order so that it's gonna be easy to find them. For example, a small basket to hold your keys and wallet. That's a great idea. Sam, thanks a bunch. My pleasure. I'm glad that I can help you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
My pleasure.
Mhm. Okay, my pleasure. Now
My
let's.
pleasure. My
Mhm.
pleasure.
My pleasure. Okay, very nice. My pleasure.
My
Okay, I like
pleasure.
to help you. Now, your friend is complaining that he seems to be forgetful recently, and then he asked for some advice. Okay, so How would you, for example, okay, what advice would you like to give to him?
Yes, I avoid.
Mm-hmm. So what advice would you like to give to your friend? Okay, so what is something that you will give to your friend? What advice would you like to give to
Yes,
your
I
friend?
can. I can avoid to my friend also. They they have to sleep on time, so it make them very healthy and they can exercise every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they can exercise every day. Very nice. Okay, and why is important to, for example, to exercise every day?
Because
Why?
if uh, if we exercise every day, it make me a good health
Mm-hmm.
and make me a good memory. So it make me uh,
Mm-hmm.
happy.
Okay, make you happy. Now, this is okay. We have here suggested answer. Do you have a good memory? Okay, now can you please read these three answers for me?
You have a good memory. Yes, I can remember everything, even things that happened years ago. Not really, I won't forget small things like keys or wallet. Sometimes I can remember what I did yesterday or last week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is okay? When you were young, okay, can you please tell me? Did you used to have a good memory when you were young? What do you think? Did you had a good memory?
Yes, when I was young, I have a good memory.
And what? And when you were young, what is something that is easy for you to remember? Can you please tell me what can be easy for you to remember when you were young?
Because when I was young, I don't need to think about everything about the job, about the money, about the. Uh, so I just go to school, so I can remember. I just thinking about my school or my friend in school. So I don't need to remember everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. Okay, so you don't need to remember so many things. Okay, now, uh, okay, this is interesting. Okay, did you forget something important and what happened? Okay, now, can you please read these two sentences for me?
Did you ever forget something important? What happened? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One I forgot my wife birthday. She was
Ooh.
so mad at
Mm-hmm.
me.
Okay, never. Okay, now never.
Never. I am trying to take note of important events so that I won't forget them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how about you? Did you ever forget something important?
Mm, and no, I don't think so. I never.
Mm-hmm. And what would you do, for example, if you forget something that is really important? What is something that you can do if you forget something that is really important? What can you do?
Mm, if I forget something really
Mhm.
important,
Yes. Okay. So what is something that you can do if you, for example, forget something that is really important? So what is something that you can do?
mm,
Okay,
I
let's try
think
it.
I'm never for forget something
Mm-hmm.
very important. I think I'm never.
Never. Okay, very
Yes.
nice. Now, let's have a look. Okay. Now, how do you remember important things? Okay, this is really interesting. Okay, can you please read this text for us?
Write down important things and make my out calendar.
Hmm. Okay, write down important things. Okay. or try to focus on doing one
Try
important task
try to focus on doing one important task at a time.
at a time. Okay, so try. Okay, so we are trying to do that. Okay, and how about you? Okay, can you please tell me something about you? Are you trying, for example, to do important tasks? Okay, for example, when you are, for example, what do you do? Are you writing down or try to be focused? What is something that you can do?
Mm, For me, I try to focus
Mm-hmm.
on doing one important task at a time
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why are you doing that? Why?
because it's very important. So I focus on doing. I have to focus. I have to focus
Mm-hmm.
on because it's a very important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, something that can be really important. Okay, so
Yes.
you. Mm-hmm.
So very important. So I have to focus on.
Mm-hmm. So yes, okay, so this is something that we need to
Yeah.
do definitely.
If I cannot focus on, sometimes I have mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay, okay, so you made mistakes. Okay,
yeah.
very nice. Now let's see. Okay, now this is interesting. Okay, what should you do to improve your memory? Okay, now can you please read these two sentences?
Get enough sleep, drink less alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
eat food that is good for your brain.
Mm-hmm. That is good for your brain. Okay, so for example, what food do you think is good for our brain? Okay, so what do you think? What food is good for our brain?
Yes, the the good food for my brain is egg and beef and vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. It's good and and I used to drink to drink orange juice.
Or mm-hmm. Okay, orange juice. Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Mm-hmm. Orange juice. Okay, so this is also what is something that we can do to improve our brain. Okay, and we have here train your brain to try to stay focused, to learn to organize information. So why do you need to organize your information in your brain? Why do you need to do that? What do you think? To organize information in your brain. Why do you need to do that? What do you think?
Because I need to do that because it's it's important information.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so to have important okay information. Okay, and what are some important information right now? Okay, can you please tell me what are some important information that we are having right now? What informations are important for us? What do you think?
Yes, information are important for me. Is I think so. For example, today you teach me everything uh, about the work about vocabulary. So I have I have to try to stay focused.
Mm-hmm. To try.
So yes,
Mm-hmm. To try to stay focused. Okay, focused.
we try to stay focused.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is something that we need to do. We need to try to stay focused. Okay, on information that
Yes,
we are
we
having.
try to stay focused.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me how we can try to stay focused? What is something that we can do to try to stay focused? Okay, for example, in your opinion, I'm asking you about your opinion. What do you think?
In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
so in my opinion, so we I can write down important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can write down something that can be
Yes, I
really
can write down something. Yes,
okay. Now, what what have you learned today? Okay, can you please tell me what have you learned today? What we learned today in our lesson? What do you think? What we learned today?
we learn today. We learn about the memory
Mm-hmm. Memory. Okay, and why the memory is important for us? Why?
because it's the if we have a good memory, we can easy to remember everything, so we can easy to do something. So if we have good memory.
So this is one of the ways how we can have a good memory. Very nice. Okay, now and can you please tell me, okay, how you practice your brain? What do you do to practice your brain? Can you please tell me how can you
Yes.
practice your brain?
I think if I think I can practice my brain, so I
Mhm.
I don't need to remember about the bad news.
Bad, bad news. Okay.
Yes. So I need to happy. So make me my brain is a good. So
Mhm.
I don't need to thinking everything,
Thinking about everything.
thinking
So what?
about everything.
Okay, and what is something that you usually think about? Okay, so we have different things that we are thinking. Okay, so what is something that you usually think about?
Oh, I usually thinking about the I think I have my family, so exactly I thinking about my job, about the money, about my children. Um, so I think just
Mhm,
for my children.
mhm. Just for your children. Okay, so this is something that you can think. Okay, very nice, really nice and really good. Okay, and for example, your wife, your children. What is something? What is something that they think about? Can you please tell me what do they think about your wife, your children? What do they think about usually?
Yes. I think I used to thinking about my wife and about my
No, no,
children.
no, no, no. I'm asking you about your wife,
About my
your
wife.
children. Yes. Yeah. What is something that usually, for example, your wife, your children, what do they think about usually? Usually, what do they think about usually?
Yes. I think I usually think about um
No, no, no. I'm not asking. What do you think? I'm asking you about your wife or about your children. What is something that they think about? Okay, for example, my friends are thinking about moving abroad, to go to another country. So, what is something that, for example, you, your wife, or your children, what is something that they think about? Can you please tell me? What is something that your children think about?
my wife or my children.
Yes, yes.
My wife, she thinking, yes.
Yes, is she thinking that she has
Oh,
does she has, for example, a good memory? What do you think? Your wife, does she has a good memory? What do you think?
yes, she had a good memory. Yeah, she have to thinking about my children.
Mhm. Okay, so she had to think okay about your children. Very nice. Okay, that was really good. Now let's see. Okay, so everything was nice. Okay, we have memory, highlight, appointment, and forgetful. Structure, easy and difficult. Okay, now let's try one more time. What is something that in your life, what is something that is easy and what is something that is difficult in your life? What do you think?
In my life, I think uh, now it's very difficult to me because my family live in other countries. So my family, I and my wife and my children uh, live in Malta.
Okay, very nice. Okay, and advice on improving good memory. Okay, and we discussed about having a good memory. Okay, now what advice, for example, you like to give to your children? Can you please tell me what is advice that you'd like to give to your children? What
Yes,
advice?
that's why my children.
Yes,
Right?
what advice? What advice do you?
Yes, I advise them to uh, to go to sleep on time and uh, uh, don't play in game on the
Mhm.
phone
Why? Why?
because my my son he always play game on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not good for him, and it's not I think it's not good because it's made his brain
Mm-hmm.
very bad.
Bad, bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we finished our class. Okay, now can you please tell me in the end, like always, I want to ask you, do you have any questions about today's class? Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't have any question. Today's the lesson is very exciting.
Exciting. I'm really happy to hear
Make,
that,
make
man.
me make me remember everything.
Think. Okay, very nice. And what are you going to do after this class? Can you please tell me what will you do after this class?
I have dinner with my family
So
after
you do.
class.
Aha, very nice, very nice. This is something that is really nice to hear. You will have your dinner. Okay, great job. I can say that everything was nice and really good. And like always, it is really nice to teach you. Okay, and see you on Thursday. Is that right?
Okay. No. Thursday.
Thursday, Thursday. I mentioned Thursday.
Yes.
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 See you on
Thursday.
Thursday, and I
Yes.
wish
See
you.
you Thursday.
Okay, bye bye. See you next
Bye
time.
bye. Bye bye, Nick.
Bye.
Yes.